to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
How long have you been selling on eBay and Amazon? Roughly.
Amazon 12 years, eBay 25 maybe? Sound right?
Yeah, I guess probably close to 24 years, and I was something rather like that point. You know, and I've been selling a long time on both venues as well. And the reason I thought about this is you recently called eBay, and you talked about this over on our live show, which if you haven't checked it out, you definitely want to. 7:30 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. It's the most interactive live show, reselling show out there on Wednesdays at that time. You cannot fault that. But you called them and you discussed with them opening up another user ID.
Correct.
And what did they tell you?
They said I could.
Oh, well, nice.
Yeah, no problem.
But wasn't there a bit of a
I did say,
issue?
I said, well, I heard that other people open up their second stores or first stores now. I don't know how long it's been going on. You can only list about 5 items and they monitor your growth, you know. Mm-hmm. And they said, yep, that's true. I go, so even though I have 200,000 items and I want another store, I can't just throw me right to the wolves and put 1,000 items on. Nope. It's got to be 5. They monitor you after 30 days, and then they'll let you have, whether they determine 10, 50, 100, you're at their discretion. So I said, well, I don't think that's worth it to me. So I decided to not take that route.
And the reason I bring this up is I do have a couple of other sites started, and they weren't quite that onerous when I started. The one's been around for, I don't know, $1 Million Peddlers. I started that when we started the channel, so it was about 2.5 years ago. And Views, I probably started about the same time. And I was able to list pretty much an item a day on those and didn't really have any problem back a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So they've tightened the screws even more, maybe with the pandemic, who knows what it was. But what I was thinking is most of the people watching this have some kind of established track record and some kind of established stores. And like, for instance, I started Etsy. Etsy, as far as I know, now granted I'm only listing, an item a day, but I've not run up against any barriers at this point. Amazon, I don't believe they put any barriers to numbers, but they have lots of barriers with gated categories and the like, which we luckily are in a couple of them, collectible cards and things like that. Sports cards we're in already. We got in a long time ago when you actually could get in. But it got me thinking how difficult it must be for somebody new starting up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it would make me want to go to Amazon because you don't have that issue there. You just pay $40. I think you're good. You're in business, Whether you list one item or 10,000, doesn't matter.
Although, well, you can list for free starting. You just pay $1 more per item.
Right.
On there as well to anybody out there that wants to give that a try.
There's no limit. Where eBay, where are you going? If you have big goals and you pick up a collection with 1,000 books or magazines or autographs, you can list 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that, I guess what got me thinking about that was, for most of the people watching this, and certainly for us, that does give us yet another competitive advantage over other people. And it's something or other to think about when you're out there. How many times have you had a deal where the person threatens you with, well, I'll just sell it myself on eBay?
Oh, a lady did it today. She brought in Barbies, and they were okay. There was some decent stuff. I looked them up. They're probably worth $200, and she wanted 140. And I came in at 80 or 70, and I said, I sell Barbies. I'm not a Barbie expert per se, but I can kind of match up what you have here. The clothing, half of it doesn't have the Barbie label, so they're not legit Barbies, whether they fell off or not. And I offered her 70, 75, $80, and then she said, I'll just sell them on Facebook.
Okay, well, Facebook's a different story.
I'm walking back to my desk, and then she's like, how about 90? So, we worked it out, but, yeah, she was willing to, threaten to take it elsewhere at least,
Right, well, I guess the point I was going to make is, and you have to be very delicate in how you bring this up when you're talking to them, because, of course, you don't want to berate the customer at all, but I'll just sell it on eBay. Bring it up nicely to see if they have an account or not.
True.
Because
yeah.
if they don't have an account,
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to dissuade you. I wish you the best of luck. But if you're just starting an account up, these 100 cards you have are great cards. I'm not going to argue with
you. You have to lot them out.
You have to lot them out, in which case you leave a lot of money on the table.
Yeah.
Or you sell over the next 20 months.
Right.
Or you sell them all in one lot of 100 to me for more than you're going to get on eBay for that lot of 100.
Yeah.
Or certainly more than you get if you take the fees into account, the fact you got to pack them up, the fact you got to ship them out, the fact that I'm looking at them and I'm visually grading them and paying off what I see. You put them on and you say they're all excellent, and the guy goes, no, they're VG, and does an INAD and sends them back, or swaps the card out and sends it back, or
true.
whatever ends up happening. eBay's not always a viable option for people if they've got these things to get rid of. So I guess what I'm saying is you can certainly nicely, and again, keyword is nicely, call their bluff into something or other like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good luck to you. I do wish you luck on that. Can I have your username? Because I'm going to look them up, and maybe I'll buy them for less money than you. I'll buy a better deal than here. But I was just thinking about all of the advantages we have from having been around so long. And we definitely do have advantages left and right. How many positives do you have?
It's close to 200,000 now.
And I'm over 50,000 positives, and a lot of people watching us have quite a few positives. We've also built the store up to critical mass. We've got a lot of items listed. You more than me, but I'm a one-man band. So we've got that advantage, and we've also got 20 years of experience in buying. And the flip side of that is 20 years experience in selling, which is very important as well, because we have an idea what will sell. So buying the stuff is great, getting great deals is great, but if you're buying stuff that's either not going to sell or too hard to store, too hard to list, doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, if I came to you and told you, Mr. Magazine, I've got the deal of a lifetime. Do you remember those neon lights they made up with all the beer team or the NFL teams?
Mm-hmm.
I've got 500 of them, and I can get them for you for $20 a piece. That's a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
That is an unbelievable deal. Would you take it?
No.
But those go for $150 to $200 a piece.
Storing, shipping, headaches.
Yep, exactly.
Not for me.
Exactly, and we know that from all these years. And you watching this have done it long enough to know that you hate glassware, you hate packing glassware, or you just don't like, old books and old things like that. You get those old leather books that when you touch them, you get the leather on your hands and all that. You just don't like that. What you know what you like doing, you know what you don't like doing. Whereas somebody new is just trying things out. They don't have all that experience.
Right.
They have to learn the way we learn that. Oh, yeah, you can sit there and say that this has a chip in it, and then when the person gets it and they do a return because it has a chip in it, and you're like, yeah, it's not, significantly not as described. Right. I said it had a chip. And so on. So these are all advantages that we have over the newer people and that you have over somebody new. So I guess I was just thinking about this today, about how we can leverage that. And exactly, again, the advantages that we definitely do have. There's no doubt at all about it. Somebody new, I guess my corollary to that was how, if you're starting out today, can you make it?
It's tough. You got to have patience, I guess. eBay harder than Amazon, obviously, but it's tough.
Patience at 5 items a month? Yeah. I don't know if patience is quite the right word for it.
I mean, I guess if you sold, and I don't know how it works, but say you had 5 items, buy it now, you sold them one day, 5 the next day, sold them the next day.
I don't think they'll let you do that, though. I think it's 5 for the month.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, brutal. It's 5 for the month.
Yeah, you can't grow like that. That's crazy.
Which makes me wonder, okay, I go and I list those 5 items, and I don't know how to list, so I get started, and I list 2 items my first day. I don't list the second day. I list an item the third day. End of the week, all 5 items are listed.
Yeah.
Well, what am I doing the other 26 days of that month?
I mean, if they think about it, if that was their rules 30 years ago when they started, eBay would be done.
eBay would be,
yeah. How long would they last? 6 months, a year? I mean, who knows?
Yep. Very true. Very, very true. So they're kind of they're surviving off the fumes of the people that started 20 years ago. When
Yeah.
you get down to it, when you put it that way, very, very
Sure.
true. Do hit the like button and do comment down below your thoughts on that as well about how difficult it is for a newcomer. And I hate to dissuade anybody from doing it because, again, we've done well enough off of it, but we had the advantages of having started a long, long time ago. Real quick, what is your dashboard say you can list as far as either dollar amount or items?
I know it's over $1 billion, and I think the items is like 1 million, or I don't know. I think it's higher than that. Yeah.
And I can't even find on my dashboard where that even is. I think I'm grandfathered in where I don't have any limits. Again, when I'm listing an extra 40 a week and building my inventory by 40 a week,
Yeah.
it'll take me a long time to hit infinity. But that's what we're going for. We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye bye.